Hello, everyone. Just wanted to do a quick live stream here just to show you what I'm doing today, which is kind of nothing. I'm hanging out, working from home. It's now office been open in America for about an hour, so I'm hanging out here in Moscow, and it is almost 5 o'clock here, uh, and just doing work. I have some contracts I have to review and sign. We got some projects that I'm working. Well, to be honest, they're working and I'm overviewing, and there are some small things I have to do. And of course, as with every Moscow apartment building, there's always somebody who's doing some kind of construction. So there's some drilling going on in the background. And of course, it echoes through the whole building when someone does that. So nothing special going on here. I'm going to give everybody a little update about me. I'm traveling back and forth from Lipetsk and Moscow. I'm staying there mostly, and then coming here just for a few days at a time, nothing more than a week, um, and working on my house there, trying to get it finished so I could stay in my house more comfortably. It's difficult, of course, when things aren't ready, but of course, my apartment's been ready for years. You may see I have a little different look, a little more facial hair. Don't know why I did it. Really just lazy. Started to grow. Never really could grow one when I was young, so now I can. So hey, why not? So this was my practice run. I've never done a live video on Facebook, so I thought I would try. So more to follow about what I'm doing here. Some people may know, some people may not, but I'm trying to establish more of a residency here so I don't have to have a visa all the time. Your visa is good from the US for 3 years at a time, but I want to get something to where I don't need a visa. So I'm working on doing that. Send me a message if you want to know more about that. I'm going to do a separate video later. Um, don't know if I'm ready to broadcast to the world everything that's going on, but I do want to update. Of course, if you've seen in my other videos, I have a few that shows me in my car, and I love my car. It's, of course, I love the method of transportation in Moscow. Of course, the trains. I love the trains. It's something we never really have, at least where I'm from, the Midwest. Chicago has some L trains, elevated metro type of trains, but other than that, we really don't use them in the U.S. But I actually love the trains in Moscow, the metro, the electrichkas. It's the suburban trains. It's the way that the city is connected is just phenomenal. But after a while, I do kind of miss driving. So it's great that I have my car. I can go north of Moscow without a problem. Going into Moscow, yeah, it's not worth the troubles. Kind of like Chicago. Anyone's been in Chicago or even worse, New York. Even if you go, it triples the time or at least doubles the time you're driving or you're getting there. And then, of course, finding a place to park is just horrendous, expensive, not worth it. But when I go to Lipetsk with my car, where it's more like an American city, you have to have a car. They have great bus system, phenomenal bus system, and some trams, but that's really it. And it is nice to you want to go to a certain store, jump in your car, and go half the time to get there. Usually, it's normal. I do like that freedom. Reminds me a little bit of the U.S., but I'm not here to be reminded of the U.S. I guess that's not true. What I really like about traveling different cities is every city has its plus or minuses. So it's really nice when both places have similar pluses. Why not enjoy both pluses, which is the freedom to drive where you want, when you want. It's definitely kind of nice. So you get to, I think you also get to explore the city a little bit more. Of course, in Moscow, you can get almost anywhere with the metro. But sometimes you got to walk, and it gets a little old walking. So it's nice to go exactly where you want with the car. And, and some of the other cities in Russia that do have nice trains and buses, not necessarily metros. The bus will get you pretty close to where you need to get to go, but as much as I love trains and metros, I do not have the same affinity for buses. That is not my forte at all. But nonetheless, uh, this was my first live broadcast. Maybe someday I'll have more than a few followers, and I'll have a chat while I talk. But for now, it's good enough. And happy July 27th. See y'all later.